This is our resistance inductance combination. The circuit is under steady state at time t is equal to 0, negative. Okay. When you say resistance inductance combination, usually the resistance is connected in series with your inductance. Okay, let us one by one take a look on how these parameters are involved. Your switch is placed there to create the condition of transients. Okay? If in the absence of the switch, there must be an initial value of a certain parameter that is provided. Okay? This is a knife switch. Single pole, single throw switch. Yan. The circuit is under steady state at time t is equal to 0, negative. Determine your I, find I at t greater than 0. Okay? So if we will try to start your derivation, you always start at t greater than 0. First is, what is the relevance of t greater than 0 condition? At t greater than 0, if you take a look at the switch condition here, at t greater than 0, since your switch closes at time t is equal to 0, your switch is already closed at t greater than 0, even though this is still in a micro of a second. Close na yung switch mo at t greater than 0. Yan, correct? This is your R, that is your L, this is your I. This is your switch, which is already closed. And you can start by simply indicating that the drops across your resistance and inductance, the sum of this is equivalent to the voltage source. That is, B sub R plus B sub L is equivalent to E. And by Ohm's law, your B sub R is IR, and the drop across the inductance, if you have taken a closer look in the handout that I have provided, the voltage drop across your inductive reactance is L, derivative of I with respect to T is equivalent to E. And again, if you will try to take a look and remember the rules for series connection, whatever current is flowing across your resistance is the same current that is also present across your inductive reactance, simply because they are in series. This is already an example of a first order differential equation. Okay, if we will try to rearrange, this will become L derivative of I with respect to T plus IR is equivalent to E. Dividing both sides by L, that is derivative of I with respect to T plus R all over L times I is equivalent to E all over L. Correct? Wherein the general solution of this is obtained through the use of varying or variable separable. So this is using your variable separable. So separating the variables, derivative of I with respect to T is equivalent to E all over L minus R all over L times I, derivative of I all over E all over L minus R all over L times I is derivative of T. If you try to compare the left side and the right side, you can immediately introduce a factor here of negative R all over L and do the same in the other side of negative R all over L. This is equivalent to multiplying the left side with negative R all over L and doing the same in the right side. then you are now ready to integrate. Introduce now the constant of integration. After integrating, this is ln of E all over L minus R all over L times I is negative R all over L times T plus the constant of integration. Okay. Raising both sides to base C, this is now your E all over L minus R all over L times I is C1 E raised to negative R all over L times T. Let us try to find your I. This is R all over L times I is E all over L minus C1 E raised to negative R all over L times T. Multiplying both sides by L all over R, I is equivalent now to E all over R minus C2 E raised to negative R all over L times T in terms of amperes. Okay? I am very sure that by this time in your differential equations, you are already through under this topic, which is the solution for first order differential equations. How do we find your C2? Okay, this is now the use of the initial conditions that is given in the problem. The circuit is under steady state at time t is equal to 0 negative. Ano ba itong time t is equal to 0 negative? Meron bang time t is equal to 0 positive? The two times are actually the same and equal. However, the exponent here, which is plus and the other one is minus, is a notation basing on the condition of the switch. When you say at time t is equal to 0 negative, this is before the switching action takes place. And when we have your C at time t is equal to 0 positive, this is after the switching action. When you say switching action, your switch can either close or open. In this example, before the switch is closed. At time t is equal to 0 positive, after the switch is closed. Maliwanag? So at time t is equal to 0 negative, this is before the switching action. And at time t is equal to 0 positive, after the switching action takes place. Next, let us now proceed in finding what is C2. The circuit is under steady state at time t is equal to 0 positive. O, dito tayo. At time t is equal to 0 negative. Okay. At time t is equal to 0 negative, your inductor will act like a short circuit. Your inductor is a short circuit. The equivalent of inductors being a short circuit, you can find that in the handout that I have provided to you. Makikita nyo doon the direct current behavior of your inductor. Okay? O, palitan natin ito ng short circuit. Yan. Before the switch is closed. Ganyan. Okay? This is your switch. This is your I. At time t is equal to 0, negative. For clarification also, from your algebra, your I here is understood to be a function of t, wherein the variable inside the parenthesis is actually the value of t. This is the value of t. At time t is equal to 0, what is your I? Okay, what is I? At time t is equal to 0 negative. Since we have an open circuit, your I is 0. And since again, this is one of the properties of an inductor current, your I at time t is equal to 0 negative is also the same value of I at time t is equal to 0 positive. And using this value of I into our general solution, this is the general solution. At time t is equal to 0, that is 0 is equivalent to E all over R minus C2. So we can have your C2. C2 is the same, which is E all over R. So therefore, your I is E all over R minus E all over R, E raised to negative R all over L times T in terms of amperes. Make yourself familiar with this equation. However, there are boundaries in the use of this equation. What are the boundaries? Your switch will close at time t is equal to 0. The initial value of I is 0. And this is only good for series RL. Aside from this, if the connection is not series, this equation is no longer true. The relevance of this equation will aid you as well in determining the specific time constant. Okay, what is a time constant? When we say time constant, this is usually represented by the Greek letter tau. Time constant, this is the value of t wherein B sub L will reach not only B sub L, but your I will reach 63.4% of its maximum value. How do we obtain this? If you try to analyze the transient expression of I and taking a look at the maximum value will occur here when the value of this exponential equation is 1. Correct? Maximum value will become, this is actually B sub L, not I. Maximum value will become, maximum value will occur when, okay, first let us determine your B sub L. B sub L is L derivative of I with respect to t. So this is L. We need to differentiate the transient expression of I. E all over R minus E all over R, E raised to negative R all over L times T. Okay. So this is a constant. So this is 0, negative R all over L times negative E all over R, negative E all over R times negative R all over L times E raised to negative R all over L times T. This will cancel. So B sub L is E all over L, E raised to negative R all over L times T. Now, let's go back to the one that I am talking about here. The time constant is related to the drop across your inductive reactance, the voltage drop across your inductive reactance. At a time constant, it will reach its maximum value. It will reach 63.4% of its maximum value at your time constant. So how do you find your time constant? Your time constant is when it will reach 63.4% of B sub L maximum. And this will only happen when the exponent of your exponential function is equivalent to 1. Okay? So negative R all over L, your T now will become your time constant tau is equivalent to negative 1. Okay? And this will only happen when the value of your time is L all over R. Meaning, the entire exponent of this exponential function is negative 1. So, the time constant for a series RL is L all over R. This is an empirical formula. analyze accordingly to just what I have explained to you. Okay? This is good only for series. If you are not given any series, combination of resistance and inductance, then you cannot make use of this equation. Okay? And the manner of analyzing your resistance and inductance combination is equally the same with resistance capacitance combination. Okay?